عملوا جهود لتطلعوا لمكان آمن أكتر لإلكم.
Hamas is weak without human shields. Is weak. Hamas is actively stopping Gazans from moving to a safer area. Here is a call we declassified with a resident of Gaza. He's giving a testimony of how Hamas prevents Gazan from evacuating.
طب احنا انت تعرف انهم رجعونا ومصدرين نروح على الجنوب. هذا اول بند، ثاني بند عندك الطيارات اللي مصورة بتطلعش على الجنوب. يعني نحن بين نارين، بين نار نطلع على الجنوب وبين نار تسكنها، ايش بدنا نعمل؟
أول شيء مين رجعك على الشمال؟
انت بتعرف مين رجعونا، انا ما بقدرش احكي لك، انت بتعرف مين رجعنا.
بس كثير ناس بيطلعوا على الجنوب وما بيرجعون.
اللي لهم طيارات بلفوا طرق التنقية، مش عندنا طيارات.
انت شفت وسمعت هذا الشيء، انت شفت وسمعت.
طب احنا في المدارس، احنا نمشي في المدارس.
And I want to show you how Hamas blocks the road. Hamas tries to prevent Gazans from moving south. They put roadblock to stop civilians from leaving Jabalia. I want to be clear. The IDF adjusted our ground operations to keep the corridors from the north to the south open. But Hamas is attacking our forces like yesterday that opened this corridor. This is why we had to stop the corridor yesterday. Hamas was attacking our forces with anti-tank missiles on this road, preventing the corridor to be open. Hamas tries to prevent Gaza from moving south. This is what we are doing. Now let's look at what they are doing. We know Hamas hides behind civilians in Gaza. Hamas places forces and weapons inside, under, and around schools, mosques, homes, and UN facilities. Among the worst of Hamas war crimes is the use of hospitals to hide their terror infrastructure. We already revealed Hamas Command and Control Center under the Shifa Hospital. Now let's talk about two more hospitals. Hamas uses hospitals to disguise their war machine is systematic. The Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani Hospital is located north of the Gaza city along the coast. Its construction was funded by the Qatari government and it's called the Qatari Hospital. Here you can see the IDF soldiers exposing a tunnel opening. This is part of an operation, a ground operation that was conducted on the hospital, then revealed a tunnel that was being used for terror infrastructures in the Qatari hospital. If it wasn't enough, this tunnel, if it wasn't enough that we expose the tunnel under the hospital, the terrorists also shoot at our soldiers from within the hospital. They are building underground terror infrastructures for Hamas. Here you can see the entrance to an underground tunnel. Hamas used this tunnel to access their command and control complex under the hospital. This is all satellite, and of course all these images and intelligence and more was shared with other agencies to confirm what I'm showing you now. Now let's take a look at the hospital in 2020. You can see that the cement materials, including the arches, are no longer above the ground. Done. It's all underneath the ground. This is a satellite image of the hospital complex taken after the massacre of 7th of October. I'm going to zoom in on the area here. Okay? Across the street. Only 75 meters, 80 meters to the hospital. Here, the IDF identified a launch pad, meaning they launch rockets from here. I want to repeat it. They launch rockets on Israel 75 meters from an hospital. Why? They know precisely that if Israel will airstrike a launch pad like that, the hospital would be damaged. And this was part, of course, of the outpost before in 2010, this architecture of underground facility, including launch pads. Here you see layer by layer how Hamas systematically built the Indonesian hospital to disguise its underground terror infrastructure. And we see that they use the area around the hospital as a base for terror against Israel today. Now I want to reveal evidence that Hamas steals fuel from the Indonesian hospital. Next, we will listen to a phone call from November 2nd with an official closely affiliated to Hamas terror organization. Let's listen.
لازم انا بحكي انه جولي في الاندونيسي قال عم بيبعثوها، بتعرف طلعوا على الاعلام قال بعد 12 ساعه بوقفوا، نزلوا الموقود والساعات وهيك.
الدعايات كثير، طبعا انت بحب الدعايات كثير. انا بقول لك لما بتشوف انت طفى رسمي ولع الشمع واللتات بتقول الله يعطيه العافيه.
نازلين له نقص سولر ونقص سولر ولا عندهم نقص شيء.
كذابين.